Hello, peoples. This is Good Natured Kitty, and I'm back for another Thursday with my hyper kitty in the back. Sorry, I get a little disoriented with how the cameras work. But anyway, so this week, there's a couple of things I want to discuss about this week. But first thing I'll tell you, I got a new device. I don't usually. No, I don't want to turn you off. Sorry. I don't usually get stuff for myself like this. Like, I don't even have a phone that I carry around. I just have my husband carry it around. Wouldn't say I'm a technophobe, but I fear that I'll become, well, I don't know, too involved in some devices, and I want to make sure I keep distances. And, but I decided, well, my husband and I decided we'd get each other tablets, and so we got one just for the time being, but here it is, basically. It's a Samsung. I got Audrey Hepburn on the screen, but I won't show you that too because it doesn't seem to come in too well on the camera. But anyway, um, I figure it could either help or hinder me, but I'm going to use it mostly for tools. I put some apps on here that I think will be beneficial. Um, I've been kind of running through apps trying to figure out which ones I want to use. In fact, some of them look like they'd be helpful and then they turn out not to be. I actually put some daily things like Duolingo on there because I want to get into speaking Spanish, um, learning Spanish, I should say. I won't speak it all because there's a lot of Spanish speaking people where I live. I'm all the way up in Idaho, but I guess, you get a lot of culture up here because they come up for the farming jobs, as far as I understand it. Lots of farming here. I mean, not just potatoes, but there are a lot of potato farms. There's corn, mint, beans, just, yeah, the list goes on and on. Um, I also put in a daily art thing, which tells me something, shows me a painting and tells me who painted it and why they painted it and all this stuff, I guess. And then I got learn to draw, and you're drawing something. Your portraits. I don't know. And so I figured those would be beneficial. It could hinder me, and I learned that yesterday too, having this thing, because, for example, I put this hidden object game on there, and I'm used to the idea that hidden object games, after a while, you lose energy, and then you're best to wait until the next day to play it. But this one, you don't lose energy so quickly, so you can actually play it for hours, and I was putting that to the test last night. I was only going to play it for just a little bit, thinking that I'd lose energy eventually and I could get off of there. And well, part of it I kept leveling up, and the other part, like, I kept getting energy for rewards. So, like, at one point I even went down to 6, like, bolts of lightning or whatever. And then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I don't know if I leveled up or what, but all of a sudden I was back up to 60. I was like, what? So I just kept playing to see if I could run out, and so I need not to get distracted like that with it. But I want to look into some good motivational ones for like exercising and stuff. I'm probably gonna research on that and see what would be best, because I don't want to get into ones that kind of go like diet specific or anything like that. That's one of the reasons I also have a hard time like picking out cookbooks, is because I don't want diet specific stuff, but at the same time I want healthy. Um, I mean, I want things that are go with more natural foods. And I tried looking up natural diet apps, but I don't know. Okay, I'll figure that out. But putting that back to the bathroom. Um, I think it'll be good to have it. I just gotta be careful with it. like not to get into the games too much or put too much time into Facebook or anything like that, because I've been using it a lot for Facebook too, but I need to cut down on that because I think it's better when I was just utilizing it off and on. Whatever the case, couple of things I want to mention. I don't feel like I did very good this week as far as both my eating habits and keeping on task with my goals. And it's not so much the tablet because I just got that on Sunday, so I haven't had it that long. Funny thing is the first thing my husband had bought was these really, really cheap ones. I had a bad feeling when he said that they only cost $50. I was like, there's going to be something wrong. When he told me what they were, I actually looked it up and found that people have issues to where it won't even start up. And so I was like kind of cringing at that. And then when I tried to start mine up, it wouldn't start up. I mean, it started up, but it would like cycle through saying it couldn't load up. And just, yeah. So we got better ones. We got like, they're Samsungs. I'd love to be able to do iPads, but I don't understand Apple too well, and B, they're really expensive. But so Samsung does well for me. I at least understand what the hell's going on with it and everything, and I can afford it. But anyway, some of the areas where some of the things I did differently that I feel that made me slip up is I used to rate between 1 to 5 on how I did on each item, like my goal to read one verse per day for the Bible, for my Bible book thingy. Not the Bible itself, but this book that has Bible verses. The do art, like draw, painting, exercise, and junk. I'd rate them each like between, or like collecting junk, I guess. I'd rate it between 1 to 5. And I watched this video talking about how to make habits and stuff. And they're saying any progress is good progress and all this stuff. And I got to thinking, well, if any progress is good progress, should I be putting so much into how much I'm doing, and just maybe I should just be more rewarded for just doing it? Maybe I should have that sense of accomplishment just from doing the thing. And so I stopped rating myself, and it seems like it kind of started going downhill from there. At first I was doing okay, but then like there's been days I've gone without doing any sort of paintings, and there's been days that I don't do any exercise, or what I'll do is on the days that I work, I say, well, I walked home, that's good enough, I got the check mark. And so I'm kind of slipping with that. And even with the box, like even on my days off, I do like one item in my junk box. But part of that's also because I'm having a hard time like letting go of things. But I think if I could feel more reward on the fact that I'm letting go of it, it might be easier. The other thing that I've been noticing is I've been like watching more YouTube. Like last night I did this 2-hour thing, watching like this, and it wasn't educational or anything like some of the videos I watch. It's just a guy playing a really freaky game sort of thing. So I need to think about what I'm doing there. And I've just been allowing myself to slip on there. So what I decided is I'm actually going to start doing points again on my goal journal. And those points are going to determine how much I get to do of each thing. Like, even with my daily goals on my iPad, because I've got like the daily goals, and I also got the how to draws, which I can make those into a daily thing as well. Those I'm going to determine how well I did on reading my verse, which that one, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to rank, because like I either do it or I don't. So it'll either be a 0 or 5 sort of thing. And I'm actually going to rank it differently than I was. I'm going to do 0 through 3. 0 for the times that I don't do the thing I'm ranking. 1 for when I do a little bit, but I don't feel like I put enough effort into it. 2 for when I did moderate, and 3 for when I feel like I did pretty good. Because when I was doing 1 through 5, I never even would touch the 5. I don't know. And I always had a hard time deciding for sure. But I felt like I was being cocky if I put a 5, or I wasn't putting my standards high enough. So just 0 through 3. I might still rank the verse thing. Maybe I'll rank it based on whether I pull it up on my Bible or whether I pray about it or whatever. But that's how well I do on that's going to determine if I get to do my daily things on the tablet, like the learning Spanish app, Duolingo thing, or getting to do the tutorials for drawing or learn a new piece of art sort of thing. And then I'm thinking, well, I haven't, let's see. So the junk box, I'll be doing 0 through 3 for sure as well, and that can determine if I get to watch my anime, because I've been doing good on that. I do just do 2 episodes. It's so easy for me to remember like just 2 episodes, and that's been a lot easier for me to maintain each day. And I feel like I'm making enough progress in my One Piece episodes to where I can keep to that, even though there's been times I've been tempted to go to the next one because I'm left at such a cliffhanger. It's like, oh my gosh, what just happened there? But and how did they escape that sort of thing? But junk box will be anime. My art will be video game time, and then exercise will determine YouTube. And basically how much I get to do of each will be determined on how well I rank each one. On the verse, either way, if I get it or not, because as I said, it's a little harder to rank on that anyway. I'll get to do my daily things. With the junk box, if I could donate more than 1 item, then I'll allow myself 2 episodes of One Piece. If I only donate 1 item, then I only get 1 episode, which I'm gonna hate that because I really love my anime and I'm having a hard time finding things to put in that dang box. But it'll help me to get that out of the way quicker so I can start on my next thing, which is gonna be deep cleaning for each of the rooms. I'm gonna really go in and just really clean the heck out of the whole place, because I am thankful for having this place, and part of my reason for doing getting rid of junk and putting them in the boxes is to show my appreciation for having this nice apartment and a time when I really needed a place to live. The art thing, it will determine also, on my days of working, I've been making it so that I just get a half hour of playtime on my games. I'm thinking I'll have to just determine a little more what each rank's going to determine on how much I can play. I might make it so that only 15 minutes if I get a lower rank. If I could at least get medium or higher, then I get my half hour. And then on my days off, it'll be 15-minute interval sort of thing, maybe. Or I don't know. I'll figure out how to work that. And then for the exercise thing, I'm thinking maybe a video per ranking. And this will be determining for the next day. What I rank on one day will determine what I can watch the next day, or what I can do the next day. So I really got to cut it down on YouTube. Now it's not going to count for when I watch exercise videos because that would be counterproductive maybe. Because then I'd be determining, well, I can't watch an exercise video because I didn't do exercise yesterday, sort of thing. It'd be more so of a thing where, like, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. But I'm also going to rank my feelings 1 to 3 because, like, I've been getting kind of hung up on 1 through 5 thing as well on that. But my feelings are not going to determine if I get to watch something or not. It's just going to track how well I feel when I eat right or do my exercises and stuff. You know, and with that, I feel like determining how I feel the next day after doing this stuff is more effective than determining on that very day. But anyway, if that makes sense. Does it? So anyway, the food thing now, I feel like it kind of slipped on what I've been eating. Just the slightest, but I still don't want to give myself leniency and saying, well, I'm only like breaking the rule here and there. I want to remember why I'm doing this and keep a determination because, you know, once you start saying, well, I can just have one cookie, it becomes a thing where, you know, you keep giving yourself leniency and pretty soon you're back to old habits. And that's what I'm fearing is going to happen. So what happened though is I feel like it started on Saturday. I was going with, well, my husband had offered to give one of our coworkers a ride home and she wanted to. And he said, well, if you'd like, you can walk home with my wife. She likes to walk home at this time. She didn't like that idea. She wanted to go to Jack in the Box. So somehow in there we had determined that I was going to sit with her at Jack in the Box. And I hate saying it like that because I should be more social and be like, well, I can talk with her and stuff and, you know, be gung-ho about that. But that's how it feels. It's like somehow I was dragged into sitting with her. But she wanted to buy me something from Jack in the Box because we were giving her a ride home. It's the least she could do. And I was iffy about it. I was like, fast food? No. But she actually talked me into it, and that was, I think that's where I started slipping because she was like, well, just one thing's not going to hurt you. And I hate getting that mentality, but I allowed it to sink in. I was like, okay, she's offering me something, so I got to take it. And I hate Jack in the Box. I don't even like their food. What I got didn't even taste that good. I'm sorry to people who like Jack in the Box, but honestly, ugh, I don't care for it. And I got this pita chicken thing, no onions and stuff, but it didn't even taste that good to me. Like the chicken's all funky. I don't know. This and the lettuce isn't the same as what I've been eating for lettuce and stuff. But then, you know, like, so I made that exception on that day. And then Sunday, after we got the tablets, Lucas, he didn't want me to make something. He was persistent on the idea that we should go out to eat because we don't do that very often. And he was going to go for Chinese, but then when we were determining where we would eat Chinese, he decided, well, let's go to this deli place we have, which is really nice. And I was leaning on that too. I was like, well, it wouldn't hurt if I let myself have a Reuben, even though here it has Swiss and there's, you know, I thought, well, it's got sauerkraut, and sauerkraut's really good for me right now. So I got that and potato soup. And then I did good a little bit after that. But then yesterday I also had a cookie. It's just things like that. Like I'm slowly allowing myself these allowances and using the excuse, well, it's just this one time. And I don't want to do that. So breaks down. I need to put a stop to that. I gotta start all the way back from the beginning. Well, not really, but I need to really think about why I'm limiting myself on these things and remember that, yeah, sure, it wouldn't hurt just one, but if I keep telling myself just this once, I'm going to continue to backslide. So, what I could have done different too when she offered to get me something at Jack Box. Yeah, it was a good idea just to get a small item and everything, but I could have gone for a side salad and left it at that, because at least then I would have been thinking, okay, I'm not doing a just this once thing. I'm actually going for something that would be the healthier choice of the menu. And I could have kept like salad dressing off of there because I'm pretty sure there'd be high fructose corn syrup in there. And on Sunday when we went to the deli place, I could have gotten something with turkey and no cheese and stuff because they have some pretty healthy choices too. So I couldn't even really say that is because I ate there because they do have some good choices. That was just me being sloppy. And I even helped him eating his grilled cheese, so like I got like extra doses of cheese that day. It's like I need to stay off stuff that has casein in it because it does aggravate my rosacea. And just yesterday with the cookie, I just shouldn't even have given him to that. I should have just said, okay, he's having a cookie. I'm not gonna partake in that because I hate when he buys sweets for the house to begin with because then I have to talk myself through once again. And maybe I need to remember to breathe each time I feel tempted because that was helping when I was doing breathing exercises whenever I felt tempted to do things. I think that's the biggest problem is I don't stop myself to like breathe in and breathe out sort of thing like for 10 seconds each. It actually does give you the opportunity to reflect and really think about what you want. I recommend it, like breathing exercises. It's good for a lot of things. So, and this isn't to say that I didn't do anything as far as art and exercise, but as a matter of fact, with exercises, I did pretty decent. I wouldn't say I did really great or anything, but I'd say I did decent. Like, I don't want to stop on that progress, so, and I don't want to go for good enough. So, back to rankings. And I'm going to be doing reward systems as it turns out. And today, I hate to do this, but I'm actually not going to allow myself my video game or random YouTube videos because I feel like I need to take a day off from that after all that I did yesterday. Because I went over on my video game time yesterday and 2 hours of YouTube, that's not what I had agreed on. I told myself that on my days off, 45 minutes. I didn't realize it was going to go to 2 hours, true, but I could have like stopped it once I realized, oh gosh, this video is 2 hours. And I could have told myself I can watch the rest tomorrow, which would have been today. But even after watching that video, I was curious as to what endings you could get on the video game he was playing. Because he got a really sad ending. And I ended up watching on that. So I didn't even stop at that 2 hours. So shame on me. Just shame on me. So I guess I'm kind of, in a way, grounding myself. But it's good. It's like, it's necessary, and I've got to remind myself that it's necessary because I'm going to hate myself for doing this. And I really need to get back on track though. And I will be doing the YouTube exercise videos, as I said. I already have my leggings on for it. I just got to put the rest of the gear, like some of the stuff that I bought for it, shirts and stuff. But for the video, I went all the way into putting on my St. Patrick's Day shirt because I want to commemorate the fact that St. Patty's Day is coming, but with this angle you can't even really see the shirt so much. But Like, it's got these cute little sleeves. Now, I got it last year, and it was a cheap shirt and everything from Walmart, but I I kind of like it. I don't know. I like it mainly for the sleeves, and I was trying to go for something that's not too corny. I guess I don't know. So I just went with something that has a shamrock with a heart in it, and because yeah, I like I like Patrick's Day anyway. My husband doesn't like corned beef or cabbage though, so we usually end up eating something different. I'll probably make Irish stew without the beer because one time I put beer in it and my husband, he claims he got a hangover from it. He had it because he had a headache the next day, but I didn't put that much in it, so I don't see how he could have got a hangover from like a little bit of beer. But just to appease him, maybe I'll even do a non-alcoholic beer just so it gets that taste because I kind of like the flavor that the beer brings to Irish stew. But anyway, I'll see what I'm gonna do there. And but yeah. Anyway, that's about all I have to say for this video. Um, I'm gonna work this week to doing my new point system 0 through 3 once again and see if that gets me back on track and just work to not using the excuse just this once. That doesn't bring me very far. It doesn't work for me. It might work for some people, but it doesn't work for me. So I gotta do what works for me. No more cookies and stuff with cheese on it. And fast food things that don't even taste good. Just I need to stay focused. So anyway, I will be making another video next Thursday and I'll let you guys know if I did better this time. Hopefully I have. And I thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.